Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to.
What has been happening to Mike Okri?
I could say that a lot has been happening, but you know fully well that when you live between two worlds, you're bound to have to deal with family, deal with business, both music and other passions. So it's been over the years, over 20 something years that I've left Nigeria, but I've been coming back home since 10 years ago. I've been frequenting Nigeria and trying to sample opinions between the old and the young musicians to know where the likes of us who are still very much alive and kicking can fit in, because there's always room for anybody to explore. So definitely I've been doing something. I've not been making too much noise about it because I have to walk on very um, steady grounds and make sure that I don't overprice myself as over or put myself below the certain standards that are already there. So that if I'm going to make any contributions, it should be positive contributions that will make us remain in the set a footprint, our footprint in the sand of time. So basically, I have not been just there in some hidden corner. We've been moving globally.
Now, talking about moving abroad, why did you leave Nigeria for the United States of America? Why did you abandon us in Nigeria and move to America?
There are some questions you really can't find answers to. At least when I left Nigeria, I left at the prime of my career. However, sometimes God decides where to be. Who knows? Maybe if I've stayed back in Nigeria, certain things would have happened. God forbid, not in my favor. But if I've equally that I left, when I look back now, maybe in the middle of my journey so far coming here, I would have been like, oh, why did I have to come here? Because except people want to lie about the challenges they faced, we all at one point in time, whether in Nigeria or anywhere else we go sojourning, we had our difficulties. At one point in my life, especially when it has to become a citizen here, it takes years. And that wasn't really my plan originally. I just wanted to stay 2 years and come back to Nigeria. But when my documents expired, it became a thing where I could no longer make my own decisions because I'm a man with family, and coupled with the fact that I have my beautiful wife and many other family members. Beg, bros, not come, just stay there. So some of these decisions are hardcore decisions that you have to make. Yes, temporarily they might affect your immediate concerns, your business, your whatever, but it's the bigger picture that plays out. And when we anchor everything into God's hands, automatically He is a better judge and the one that has a final say. So I was just gliding along and thanking Him that as long as I'm alive, I'll keep the ball rolling, and that's what I've become of today.
Okay. Now, do you have any regrets leaving Nigeria for the United States of America?
Yeah, I just told you that, yes, in the middle of the road of making my journey, because of the delays here, challenges that I not foreseeing what today has become, I was scared. I was afraid. Everybody will do that. But because of this, the encouragement from a beautiful partner, that is one thing. When you have a good partner, you enjoy taking the bull by the horn to sort out the challenges ahead, and knowing fully well that when you can't sort it out, you just anchor it to God, because there are things we on a physical level can do, and there are some things that has to be done spiritually. So like they say, that it is the spiritual that begets the physical, for those that believe. So basically, yes, after a while I became so confident that it's not all that bad. And now that I live in both worlds, now I know the value of why I had to leave. Again, if you ask me, I was disgruntled told of this system. Today is very worse of the Nigerian state. But then we foresaw some things that were not right. Even during the time of the military, the only reason tribalism did not play a part in the system so openly was because civilian government is so open. Democracy is so open. So people played out who they are, or should I say who they were. And they are still playing it out today. But in the time of the military, there are retributions. If a military officer they can do their promotions of their people of their tribe in various underground, but the public may not even see any sign of it. However, when it came to politics, it became a thing where even us in music business were being affected tribally. Let me borrow that term. And we didn't like it because in the real sense, I'm not saying that anyone from a particular tribe should not promote their own. And I give that to the Yorubas. The Yorubas are very good at promoting their own. It's like somebody say, oh, if you package shit self, they go sell them for you. So, followed by the Igbos, you know, understand me? So every other tribes, if you are not very, except you're a national figure, and I thank God that at that point in time, I stood as a national figure. I wasn't really for the Urobos or Yorubas. I was for everybody. So I could consider myself fortunate. But I remember that when we were feeling such kind of that the industry was not going the way we want. Thank God that some of us went to some small Akara school to understand the basic things about piracy, about copyright infringements and all those things. So when we were questioning those in charge, they got angry and we were blacklisted. The categories of those who were blacklisted, blessed memory, Ras Kimono, myself, because we planned the whole concept of coming abroad in his house. He came to me, he won't come to me again. And we were talking, oh boy, we'll come out for this country, this is not the work. Like that, like joke. And as at that time, his ex-wife and my wife were best of friends. And they were in Omole, I was in Iju. So we were really close as to sharing each other's pain of the industry. So it's not just about us succeeding as individual artists. We were really bonded to see how we can better the lives of others following us. Because if there's any reason why the industry is so mono in its growth, is because there's individual success. Okay, like now the statistics today says that the present musicians from all around the world that are so wealthy, about close, if we mention 30 of them are from Nigeria alone in Africa. But how does that impact the common musician on the street that has, at the end of his maybe career as an artist, maybe cannot play guitar again? What have we been able to do to impact their lives? These are the things we're talking about. So I felt so bad at that time that if nothing is done, then it will be terrible. But like I told you, I came with the hope to stay for 2 years. But my 2 years became many years.